11, do you miss having a guaranteed income every month? Like, do you miss that? Was it kind of a bit, nah? Like, you know, for some people it's like, oh, if I didn't have my salary coming in every month, I don't know what I would do. But for some people it's like, you know what, I love it. I live for that thrill. I love to know that.
You do miss it when you do miss it when it comes to like booking holidays and going to parties and a lot of just the social aspect of things where you want to go out with friends and stuff, and you miss that income and bills sometimes, you know. But apart from that, you know, as I said, nothing really kind of beats the thrill of having an idea, taking it to market, and then seeing it there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Nothing beats that thrill, because you think to yourself, money you make it. If your business and your idea fills you with pride and joy, and even money, not having money can take that away from you.
Okay. And then moving on from that, so question 12, what do you love the most about being your own boss? What's the best thing about being your own boss, apart from not having to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning on the week? Although you might.
Yeah, it's true you don't. But sometimes you work long hours. You think that your day doesn't really finish. Really, you have to keep going. Even on Sunday, you have to check your emails.
Yeah.
You have to do with everything, depending on what the kind of business you're running or whether or not you've just started it up. You have to give it a lot of your time. I think the thing I like most about it, because you've got control over everything. You try to find entrepreneurs a bit control. I'm a bit of a control freak. Not too much control freak. But I like to kind of, do you know what, I've got this thing of controlling my destiny type of thing.
Yes.
So I like the most because I'm controlling what's happening to me. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm controlling. If my business is not doing well, guess what? It's not anyone else's fault. It's mine. And even if it's doing okay, I don't even when I sold the first batch of bottles and cases and I didn't think like that's because of me.
Yeah.
I also thought this is good. This is good. Not what I want to be, but this is good. This is good. But I was looking at it more on the negative side. Well, I need to do more now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it fills me with joy to know that in many ways, I'm in control of my destiny. Obviously, barring our creator, but I'm in control of what I'm trying to do with my life.
That is powerful. Question number 13. This is something that's quite close to me, and that I see a lot of really successful people, entrepreneurs like yourself. They talk a lot about reading. And you spoke about knowledge in the first part of this video. So how important to you is reading?
Oh, very important. Yeah. I mean,
that's high.
Yeah, it did come hard. No, first of all, I was reading books. There's a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill.
That's a really good one.
But then what I also started to do, I started to read books about things away from entrepreneurship. Okay, that doesn't sound weird. Now I read books on mind control.
Okay.
I'm not trying to say I want to learn how to control people's minds. No, but understanding the power of mind control in both the positive and the negative aspects.
Yeah.
From looking at it from a consumer, okay, to a business provider as well, okay, or to a service provider. Yeah. But knowledge is power. Yes. And I don't think people understand that. Knowledge is power. And don't just read books that are just based on entrepreneurship. If you've got a hair business, for example, and you are trying to grow your hair business, then understanding your customers, okay, or understanding your market is key. And it doesn't necessarily just looking at, let me read a book on how to make hair or how to grow a hair business. No, don't always read books on how to grow a hair business. And even read books on for example, consumer behaviors, on emotional behaviors, the psychology of humans, the power of the human mind. That's what I always tell people. The most powerful thing we all have, that we all possess, is our mind.
Yeah.
Take it away from us, we're mute. But the most powerful thing we all have is our mind. It will take you so many places. So read books away from what you're doing. It's actually because it broadens your horizon. For example, I speak to Nadreen's got I'd like to put this a little plug to Nadreen's younger brother Ray.
Yeah.
He's watch out for this kid, man. Trust. He's
making big moves.
Yeah, he's writing a book. He's gonna take him a while. I'm not gonna say too much.
Yeah.
But even talking to people like him opens up your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So question 14, what is the most important thing you've learnt along the way? I'm sure you've learned lots of important things, but what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Commitment. Never give up.
The C word.
Commitment, yeah. Commitment is so key. Do you know, and belief. I say commitment and belief.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. If you're doing a business and there's lots of businesses out there, always believe that your one's going to be the best.
Yeah.
And be committed to making sure it happens.
Like that. Let's talk about the internet, the digital age. What opportunity do you think that's created for people? I
talk about this all the time.
That's a huge
I talk about this all the time. First of all, I say Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Just creating a platform that then allows Instagram and Facebook and Twitter to become to basically get at the forefront of how we're moving forward socially. Brilliant. But what these then do, like for example, Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram is now a platform that allows other people to make a living.
Absolutely.
That is unbelievably powerful. YouTubers, look, you're here. You're going to be making a very good living.
I intend to. That's why. No, that's not why I'm doing it solely. But yeah,
no, it's not. Yeah. But yeah, YouTube. You see how many bloggers and vloggers have you seen making very good livings off YouTube? These are platforms that have allowed us to express ourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
Without being told how to do it and when to do it. Yes, there's certain restrictions.
Yeah.
There's certain things you can and cannot put on the internet. Okay, we get
that. Those restrictions decrease as the time goes on, from what I've seen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Question number 16.
Okay.
How important is your image and the way you carry yourself in business? Now, obviously, you're on Style with Substance. We're all about image here, but also about having more to you. But how important to you is your image in being respected in the business world?
Extremely important, because just at the end of the day, you are your business in many ways. So, for example, when people see me, they see One True Maverick. Okay, so if first of all, if I don't present myself in a clean, friendly, respectful way, then the people are going to think that's what my business is about as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing more that needs to be said about it than that. Question number 17. Dispel one of the biggest myths about starting your business. So what do people always say about starting a business that is just not true?
Oh, easy. Oh no, you can't do that. There's all the other companies have done it.
What's your view around taking an idea that's already out there?
That's why it goes back to the whole thing. Yeah. Research. You research it, and if you have an idea that makes you feel like you're going to make a difference, research it and see if it's going to be viable. Facebook was launched, for example. Someone would have said to Instagram, "Don't do that. Facebook's really got pictures. Go and do something else. Go and put videos." Okay, or someone would have told you to Spotify. Oh no, don't worry, Spotify. We've already got Apple Music. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, if you have an idea and you're gonna also create a solution to what you feel is a problem and what other people may feel is a problem, not just the research is key, then go ahead. Don't listen to people that say, "Oh, but he's done it." Doesn't matter.
That's true. And I always feel like you're a unique individual. We're all different. Everybody can bring something different to the same idea.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Question number 18. How do you stay motivated? You probably already talked about this in bits, but summarise it first.
Yeah. Basically, the best way to stay motivated is to look at the bigger picture. So you know how I work my business sometimes? Even when I've started my business, I look at it from the top first. So I always look, where do I want to end up? Now work my way down. Okay, work my way down, and then in hindsight, work my way back up again. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you don't remember the bigger picture, which you should do, especially if you're entrepreneurial, then you should just write it down. If, for example, for me, I'm also trying to make a difference to the people around me as well, family, friends, inspire them, help them. Yeah. So it's a massive motivator. Every time you wake up, and you see certain people around you, and you think, wow, even me, even when no dream would come and say, it's inspiring to see you do that. That's motivation in itself, So. Okay.
Question number 19. So second to last question. How can people find out more about you, your business, your brand, all about you? Where do they go?
Okay.
And we will link
everything. If you want to, we're going to link everything. But if you want to find out more about my business, it's weareonetruemaverick.com.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys. And when he does become a millionaire, I will happily spend his money for.
With regards to me as a person, then, you know, I've got LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram pages where we can link there. Though I'm not totally active on Instagram, I'm more now, because going back to the other question you said about your image, I like to keep my personal life to my personal life. And when I'm doing business, it's business. Even though most times I'm doing business, my personal life, I just kind of keep it personal to me. So even my Instagram, it's very limited as to what I've actually got on there. But when you go to my probably LinkedIn, or when you go to our company or business social mediums, and you find there's a bit more activity.
And he may even come back, so you'll see him again soon, I'm sure. And the final question, well, it's not more of a question, it's more of a statement. Why don't you leave us with some parting motivational thoughts and words of wisdom for people who are, you know, keen to start their own business, or people who want to step out on themselves and become an entrepreneur? What message do you want to leave us with?
Look at yourself today. And first of all, say, damn, I'm so beautiful. No, on a serious note, it's very key. You have to look at yourself and think, what do I want to achieve? And how am I going to do this? I mean, look, you've also heard it a lot of times, but you seriously look at yourself and say, what do I want to achieve, and how am I going to do this? For anyone that wants to be an entrepreneur, those are the two key questions. What do I want to achieve, and how am I going to do this? And you can start to create like a web of ideas as to where you're going to get to. But initially, it has to come from within you. Everything you do must come from within you. I mean, don't be scared to be a bit impulsive as well. I mean, if you feel like you need to act now, act now. But always be open to learning new ideas, talking to people. And actually, another key thing I would like to say before I go here is that if you're so confident in your idea, don't be afraid to talk about it. If you feel like you've got an idea that's going to be a solution to something, or you've got a product, for example, that you want to launch, don't be afraid to talk about this product. Because guess what? Anyone that's going to do that business is going to need you. So make sure if you want to start a journey, make sure that if anyone, that's why I say don't be scared to wear business. Make sure if anyone wants to do that same idea, they're going to have to take you, not your idea, but you. Okay?
Well, that in essence is exactly why I wanted James to come and speak to you guys today. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I hope you've gained inspiration from it. I hope you've taken away some ideas. I hope your notepad is full of things that you're going to go and do in action. But yeah, that is video number 3 in our financial wellness series. If you want to find out more about James and about One True Maverick, then check the description box below. I'm going to link all of his details down there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss the next video in the series. And as ever, I will see you in the next video.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
What definition of an entrepreneur?
Well, there's many, but my definition would be someone who takes an individual journey to creating something that can yield either financial or social success. So, because sometimes you can find entrepreneurs who have created businesses or not making profit or not making any money.
This is true.
Yep.
And would you say that there's an element of risk as well, that an entrepreneur by nature is a risk taker?
Yeah, depending on your situation. I mean, you get entrepreneurs who have come from, let's just say, the professional field, who've gone into entrepreneurship, or you get entrepreneurs who are not necessarily bored, but they've got an element of they want to try something